Joined by Coach Graves. Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll jump right into questions for you. We'll start with Rob Mosley.
Your group feel better about the effort in this one? Obviously, there was some frustration coming off the other night. You feel like, as frustrating as the result might have been, you feel a little bit better about how you played?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the things I talked to him about. I think sometimes we worry about the wins and losses. Obviously, we always want to win, but we want to play the best that we can play, and we want to compete, and we want to do those kind of things. So certainly no moral victory. I mean, we obviously wanted to win the game and had a chance to win the game, had ourselves into a position to do so. And I didn't do a great job down the stretch of keeping us organized and pulling the right buttons. But I feel better, and I think they feel better about the effort than we did the other night in a win. So I think we looked more like a team that can compete, come postseason play a lot better tonight. I'm really actually proud of the team. I thought we controlled that game for most of the night. We just didn't get some, make our own breaks, and we didn't get many calls down the stretch. And, but that happens in the game. You just got to find a way to get it done. And credit Stanford, they know how to win. They have a veteran crew, and, and a coach that knows a thing or two about what she's doing too. So, disappointing, but also encouraged that we played some good basketball at times tonight.
Eric Scopel and then James.
Coach, no baskets over the last 5 minutes. Were you satisfied with some of the looks you got, or was there something maybe you guys can learn from just kind of the offense down the stretch?
Both. I thought we had some good looks at the rim. I thought the late turnovers kind of hurt us. We had some kind of ill-advised. There was one in particular. I was going up. I was walking up the sideline to call a timeout to the referee, and we threw the ball out of bounds. I could have caught that ball. Just things like that. That last play, we were trying for a three. We just, they took away the first two options, and it kind of threw us for a loop a little bit, and we ended up just not executing anything, which was unfortunate. But, in the end, I thought we did enough good things to win the game. I thought our defense was great, and did better on the boards in the second half. And it's just, they're a good team.
We'll go to James and then Zach.
Couple of parts on the final sequence, Kelly. After Jones converts the three-point play and it's 63-60, were you looking to prolong the game? And you go inside to New York, she gets the foul, she makes the two free throws. But were you looking to prolong the game, or would you have liked a three there? And
No.
After it, why did you keep Niara in with the 4 fouls on that defensive possession?
That's the one I'd like to have over. She's one I just wanted to put our best defenders on that team. We had 36 seconds to go after that, Haley Jones. So I told the team, we'll take a quick 2. We'll take the best shot we can get. And we got to the right person on that. Probably should have, substituted there. She's so active defensively. We put pressure on the sideline out of bounds and tried to switch and get a quick trap. But, they're smart. They get the ball to a senior like Lexi Hull, and she's going to keep it. And, we wanted to play defense for about 10 seconds. And then if we didn't get some kind of a trap or something out of our pressure on that, then foul them. Unfortunately, the wrong player had the ball. And kind of a tactical mistake. I don't think it cost us the game, but it's something we could have maybe done a little bit better.
Go to Zach and then to Jared.
Last time we
talked. And by the way, I knew she was going to make her free throw, so I figured that next possession anyway, we were going to need a 3. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't, I'm not so sure it wasn't that big of a deal.
Kelly, last time we talked, you didn't really mince words about needing players to step up and kind of take initiative to turn this thing around. Can you identify anyone over the past 24, 48 hours that you saw actually do that and kind of lead by example?
Well, if I say some names now, then you'll probably think that I was talking about them before. That's not the case. We had a lot of players step up tonight. I thought Sydney played a great game tonight. We had a lot of different players play well. I'm just trying to think. T looked a lot more comfortable tonight, made plays. Andy made some plays. I thought Kylie Watson came in and gave us a real lift. We got in foul trouble early with all our bigs and had to use our depth there. It didn't, in the end, really hurt us. But I thought just down the stretch, you guys, the last few minutes, they played like a national championship team. And we played like a team that's still trying to figure it out and grow. So hopefully we learn from it and we'll get better next time. But yeah, I don't want to pinpoint too many. I gave you a few, but that's not to say they weren't doing it before. I hope you understand what I was meaning there.
Just a few more for you, Coach. Go to Jared and then to Graham.
Yeah, Kelly, going back to the foul trouble with the bigs, I wonder if you could just speak to what it was like kind of trying to piece that together with Sedona and Yara both in early foul trouble and Kylie picking up a few and kind of the good minutes that Philly gave you.
Yeah, quit fouling. Quit fouling. They called a lot of fouls on us, and I thought that a lot of them were fouls. But it was a physical game both ways, and they ended up shooting a lot more free throws. That's about all I can say. You guys can figure the rest out.
Graham, Eric, and then James will be the last one.
Coach, in a game that's so close at the end, do you go back and think about kind of that technical foul business that happened before the tip-off, or is that just in the past?
Yeah, well, it was in the past. I told the team we had to spot him a point, that kind of stuff, the honest truth is, I think, just total BS, to be honest with you. They announced Prechtel in the starting lineup. They put that in. Why wasn't that a administrative error? I don't understand that stuff, but that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. It was completely out of my control and our control. It had nothing to do with us. But I just think that's minor. I think that's looking for something that, shouldn't have a bearing on the game.
Eric, and then we'll end with James.
Kelly, I'm not sure we're going to get you until you guys take off on your road trip. So I was just going to ask about the challenge of this upcoming road trip. Those are two teams in Colorado and Utah who obviously are in the field or battling to be there. The importance of those games and maybe some lessons you've learned from some previous road trips.
Well, we've had some tough road trips. We've had some good road trips. These are important games for us. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're solidly in the field. We're still hopefully battling for a host. I think two road wins and then a good showing in the Pac-12 tournament might be enough. We'll see. They're important games for them. They're going to be fighting for their lives. Both those coaches are good friends of mine. We're on a group text together. We were all texting right before this game. And did they win today? I have no idea.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they both won.
They both won, and Charlie lost.
Okay, so we've got our work cut out. We're going to have to play really, really well. Again, because of some kind of a scheduling snafu over there in Boulder, we're going to have to play on a Wednesday, which isn't ideal. That gives us a day off and 1 day to prepare and travel. I mean, we have to prepare and travel the same day, but we're kind of used to that by now. But we're going to have to go play really well. But you guys, I'm encouraged. If we play as hard and as focused as we did tonight, I think we're really, really good. And, and have a chance to beat anybody anywhere. You look at the 3 top 10 teams we've had in here, and, we've played pretty good basketball in those 3 nights.
James, go ahead for the last one.
Kelly, this series has certainly always had bearing on who wins the regular season in the league and stuff the last 4 or 5 years here, certainly. A couple of years ago when you had the advantage, you had the age advantage, the veteran advantage, maybe even the skill and the talent advantage, and they were the younger team.
Yeah.
These past 2 meetings, here have been remarkably close. You guys had fourth quarter leads, and their veteran presence clearly showed. Do you think there is some merit to that, not just in terms of the outcome tonight, because they have seniors and Haley and Brink and what they do, but in terms of something that you just can't teach, that your team lacks older veteran players like a Stanford has, that may or may not mean anything in March, or, I'm not trying to predict the future, but there's a value to that in these kinds of games?
Well, I think if you polled the 354 Division I head coaches, 354 of them would say, yes, you want veteran leadership, especially in big games. That plays a factor. I mean, that just plays a factor, unless you get, John Calipari and he's got 5 lottery picks on the floor. And even that doesn't work. It's worked one time for them. And that's when they had some icons. And actually on that team, he had veteran guards. So absolutely plays a role. And you got a Hall of Fame coach on the bench. You've got kids that have been a million big games. And you're right. Yeah. When the tables were turned, by gosh, we seemed to win most of those games. So yeah, James, I think, we would all take good veteran guards anytime. But, one day Tahina's going to be a veteran, and Maddie and Sydney and, even Niara. This was senior night. This is Niara's second season, and she played about half the season this year and not the whole season last year. She's a senior and she's played like 40 games and started them all. It's crazy to think that. Listen, I'm proud of our team. I thought we played hard. I thought we did everything that we could to win the game, and their old man coach could have just given them a little bit more direction down the stretch. I'll take my lumps on that, but can I please say something to you guys, whether you print it or not? I'm really proud of my staff. They did a great job preparing our team. Our team met. We were in a good headspace today. They allowed me to be a dad. And to me, that's the most important thing in the world. So I missed the day before preparation for Stanford. I missed game day shoot around because I was being a dad. And I appreciate that. And I love those guys. I love what they did for prepping this team. And I think we're in a great place down the stretch. So I apologize for getting emotional. All right, you guys, see ya.
Thank you, Coach.